Fellas, I'm going to analyze this scene of James Bond from Skyfall to show you step by step exactly how to use body language and psychology to make a woman wildly attracted to you and chase you. Let's get into the video, fellas. This is going to be a good one. Just trust me.
Room service.
Well, fellas, just a really quick point. This is very obvious, but a lot of you do it and it turns women off massively and it makes them think you're creepy. If you watch what Moneypenny did just here, if I go back 1 second, watch her eyes, right? She looks James up and down. Now, I guarantee 90% of you watching this video do this when you speak to a woman. You look her up and down. We're programmed to do it. You have to train yourself not to do it. Be aware of this. Never, ever, ever look a woman up and down, right?
I didn't order anything. Not even you.
So, fellas, what James has done here is literally making me laugh. It's that good. It's fucking brilliant. Just watch James's face when it pans to him. Well, so first you can see you got the slight smirk.
I didn't order anything.
And then you got the strong eye contact. And then we're going to combine that with the vocal tonality, right? What I call seductive vocal tonality, which we'll cover in a minute. But these three things, strong eye contact, slight smirk, combined with the vocal tonality is a very, very powerful seduction framework. Even just the eye contact and the smirk, this literally lights up a woman's brain and makes her feel seduced, right? It's incredible. Strong eye contact, slight smirk, very seductive when used sparingly. Now let's listen to how he speaks.
I didn't order anything. Not even you.
I've got some new information.
Aren't you a little overqualified to be delivering messages?
New information.
In fact, fellas, I'm just going to quickly break down the vocal tonality for you because it's that good.
I didn't order anything.
Right, so first things first, fellas, when he speaks, he gives strong eye contact. This is a must. Why? This is going to signal confidence. Right, that's all it's going to signal, right? Confidence. High status men, when they speak, they tend to hold strong eye contact. That's the first thing, right? Second thing, fellas, listen to actually how he tactically speaks.
I didn't order anything.
Notice, fellas, he's not going, I didn't order anything in a question. No. It's a flat, monotone tonality. It stays the same. Now, this monotone tonality, this flat tonality without any emotion is one of the most, in fact, it is the most attractive tonality you can speak in. Flat and monotone. Why? Because it signals emotional mastery. When you speak in this way, fellas, right, how James is speaking here again, it's going to do weird things to a woman's brain. It's literally going to turn her on and make her aroused by you just by the way you speak. And you might be thinking, Force, this is bullshit. Shut the fuck up. Just trust me, fellas. Try this out. This shit is based on science. Combine the other tactics I'm going to give you in this video and just watch the results you get.
Not even you.
I've got some new information.
Aren't you a little overqualified to be delivering messages?
Now, fellas, again, I know I'm going really granular on this, but because it's so, I'm doing that because it's so important. Now, James, the way James responds, the actual words he says to her is brilliant. The way he's speaking now is typical high status behavior, right? And it's also the most attractive like style of speech you can have, right? The actual words you use. This is an advanced technique, fellas, that we'll cover in another video or perhaps later in this video or in part 2. I'm not sure yet, but we'll get to this maybe later.
Information.
What I think is brilliant here is, fellas, he breaks eye contact to the side, right? Removing his attention. Now, why is this important? Well, I will keep repeating this until I die. The attention of a high status man is hard to earn, meaning they don't give much of it. So if we observe what James does here,
A little overqualified to be.
he turns around, removes his attention, right? Why is this so important? Because what is rare, fellas, is valuable. Women want what they can't have. I'm not going to get too in depth on the psychology. I'm not going to get too in depth of the actual cognition of the actual female psychology that's going on here. But what you want to know is, fellas, women crave attention from a high status man. But to crave something, there must be less of it. There must be a small amount of it. So by removing your attention, you give her a little bit of what you want, but then you take it away. This is how you make a woman literally addicted to you, fellas.
Be delivering messages.
It's all part of the learning curve. And Q's afraid of flying.
Of course he is.
So, whoever stole the list has already decrypted it.
Fellas, what I also want you to observe, let me just see if there's a better angle showing this. 1 second. There is not. But, hold on. No, there's not. But James is over here. She's pointing to James, right? But where is James pointing? We just go forward 1 second. James is pointing away from her. Now, why is this so important, fellas? Well, this is another advanced tactic that we call body angles. Now, if you remember what I was saying a second ago, wherein high status men, they limit their attention. The number one thing a woman wants is a man's attention. Another way human beings, right, give attention, convey attention, is through the direction their bodies are pointing. Now, if we go back to how Moneypenny is standing here, you can see she's pointing towards James, right? Whereas James is pointing the other way. And again, he's removing his attention, whereas she is pointing towards him. She is giving her attention. If there was a third person just observing the interaction, it would cause them to think she is the needy one. She is the one pursuing him. And fellas, as a rule, I told you, I'm not going to go too in depth on the actual female psychology of this, but a woman wants to pursue. She does not want to be pursued herself. She wants to pursue a man. She does not want to be pursued. That is the last thing on planet Earth she wants. And I'm not going to get into the science and the evolutionary biology of all that. Just take my word on it. She does not want to be pursued. She wants to pursue. A fast way, fellas, you can make a woman pursue you is by removing your attention. When you remove your attention, there is something for her to chase. Whereas if you look at 99% of men, they give all of their attention for free. There's nothing for her to chase. So a fast way you can reverse the power dynamic, make her chase you, right? Make her pursue you, is by limiting the attention that you give.
First 5 names on the web.
Well, it was only a matter of time.
And then again, fellas, if we go back a few frames, a few more frames, you can see he gives his eye contact, then he removes it straight away afterwards, right? Again, high status men, they limit their attention.
It was only a matter of time.
Well, that's just the start. They're posting 5 more next week and the week after. It's some kind of sadistic game.
Right, fellas, fuck it. I'm going to give you a bonus tip, but women will test you in this way, meaning just as James is doing here, where he's limiting the amount of attention he gives her, women will do the same to you. This happens all the time, right? They are testing your character. The way they will test you, fellas, is by removing their attention. So when you're speaking to them, they won't look you in the eye. When you're sitting next to them, when you're standing with them, they'll angle their bodies away from you, right? They are testing you. They will remove their attention to test you, right? And what's going to happen, fellas, is she's simply testing, is this man a 1% man? Is this man a high-ranking man? Or is he just like everyone else? Right? She wants to see how you respond. So the way you pass this classic test she's going to give you is by simply removing your attention, by limiting your eye contact, by turning your body away from her. And everything else you do is exactly the same. Why? Because most men, when they're tested like this, they get uneasy, they get nervous, they get off their center, right? That is how you fail a test. The fastest way to do this, fellas, to pass this test, is to remove your attention. I'll actually give you a story on this, fellas. So I was recently dating this 10 out of 10. She would blow your mind if you motherfuckers saw her. Anyway, we won't get too in depth onto my personal dating life, because it would blow some of your minds. But this was actually last week. She got stroppy with me, right? Not a good idea to get stroppy with force ops. So she removed her attention, right? Guess what I did? I also removed my attention. No eye contact at all. Zero. Body angle. Pointing away. Fellas, within 15 minutes, she is back literally all over me. Chasing my attention, chasing my validation, chasing my approval, chasing my reinforcement. This is some powerful shit.
Cutthroat razor. How very traditional.
I just want to go back a few seconds, fellas, because I want to point out something else. Let me see if I can find it.
They posted the first 5 names on the web.
Well, it was only a matter of time.
Well, that's just the start. They're posting 5 more next week and the week after. It's some kind of sadistic game.
Fellas, what I also think is brilliant here is James demonstrates the power of silence. Now, let me explain this, fellas. Well, feminine women or feminine people in general, they tend to talk more. Whereas masculine individuals, they tend to talk less. The arrow should be on the bottom. I don't know why the fuck it's on the top. Right? Fellas, when I'm on dates, I literally say close to zero. I ask questions and I make statements and then I shut the fuck up. That's it. As a rule, fellas, I've tested this out. We've tested this out. I found for attraction, fellas, it is optimum to let a woman talk 80% of the time and you talk 20% of the time, right? These are the baselines. Ideally, you want to be talking less than this. Ideally, she wants to be talking more than this. But 80-20 is a good rule. I found this maximizes attraction. Right, fellas. One final bonus tip. Leaving silence, like James does here. Let me show you.
Cutthroat razor.
And then letting her feel it is a very fast way that you can gain the power. Why? It literally signals to her subconscious and her conscious that you do not give a shit if you continue this conversation. You do not give a shit if she's into you. You do not give a shit what she thinks. You do not care. That is typical behavior of males with a wide variety of options. What's that going to cause her to do? She's now going to think he has loads of other options. He really doesn't care, right, if I like him or not. That's going to make her be even more into you. She's now going to pursue you because she perceives you as an elusive object of desire. Fellas, if you want to learn the exact body language, the exact vocal tonality, and the exact words to say that are scientifically proven to make you irresistible to women and respected by other men, even if you're not tall, dark, rich, and handsome, click the link in the description and watch the video on the page. That video on the page, fellas, it's gonna take you through how my scientifically proven dating and attraction system works step by step. So, fellas, if you want to learn more about that, if that sounds at all interesting, just click the link in the description right now and watch the video on the page. And it's going to give you a full in-depth explanation. Anyway, I'm rich. You can do whatever you want. I don't need your money. Part 2 is coming soon. It's going to be a fucking banger. It's going to be similar to this one. So keep an eye on the channel and I will see you in the next video, fellas.